and I will send out the recording after this to anybody who has joined. So I'm just going to take a screenshot here so that I know who joined so I can send it over to you. But I'll send you out the video after this. I'll send you out some resources. Really, I just want to accomplish a couple things here. I just want to teach you guys how to leverage AI along with a couple other things so that you guys can create marketing at mass and just really introduce some of the cool things that we're doing at our brokerage at Exit Realty Specialists to create content, to create videos, to create posts, and engage with people. So why don't we start here by sharing my screen? We're going to go right here. And I'm going to need someone to give me a thumbs up. Kyle, can you give me a thumbs up? You can see that? You see that all right?
Yeah, I see. AI-powered marketing in real estate.
All right, awesome. So what we'll do is I'm going to try and get this all done in 45 minutes. My wife tells me that I can interview myself and I can talk forever and forever. I'm going to try and get everything done in 45 minutes, and then I'm going to try and take 15 minutes to kind of just ask questions. I really suggest if you guys don't have like a journal and a pen, please grab one. You're not going to remember everything that I say. You will not remember everything, and it's not what's taught, it's what's caught. So write as much down as you can, because I'll probably be moving pretty quickly here. So AI-powered marketing in real estate. Basically, what I want to just start off with is just this idea of doing things a new way that is a different way than what we're used to doing it. And traditionally, we've done marketing essentially from producing things ourselves and producing them based off of feelings that we have, or if we've been well-trained marketers, kind of doing things that old-fashioned way of marketing, which is using fully us, and maybe some data going on with that. And the new way kind of makes people feel a little bit uncomfortable. I think some of the reasons people feel uncomfortable with using AI is we're afraid of losing our authentic voice, right? We're afraid of it not being us. We're afraid of some people are even afraid of being replaced by machines, right? So I love this analogy. I heard this analogy when I first started getting into AI, is relating AI to a tractor, right? So for those of you who don't know, the tractor has not always existed, right? And before the 1900s, the farmers used to plant all of their crops by hand. And in the late 1800s, I think it was 1896, somebody invented a tractor. And this tractor was a new way to start farming and start planting seeds and making produce and harvesting the produce from that. So in 1896, somebody created this. And what happened with the tractor was some people bought into a tractor right away, and they went and they learned how to use a tractor. And some people decided that they were going to continue to plant the same way that they'd always planted, which is by hand. And there was nothing wrong with either of those, except for the people who learned to plant with tractor and farm by tractor. Essentially what happened was those people were able to create more crops faster than they were when they were doing it by hand, faster than ever before. So over the a period of time, what ended up happening was the people who were using a tractor created so much more than the other people that they had a competitive advantage, which I'm sure that all of you can understand. So over, let's just say the next 5 years, few decades, what happened was the people who were planting by hand, they saw the results of the people who were using a tractor, and then they decided that they were going to learn how to use a tractor as well. And that was great, but the problem is that the people who were using a tractor were so far ahead, they'd made mistakes, right? They'd gotten the results that the people who weren't using a tractor now had to catch up to them, right? So they had to go and learn all of those mistakes. They had to go through all of those things. And the reason I love this analogy is because that's what I want you guys to do here today. Really the end result is I want you guys going on AI and experimenting with AI. I watched a really great video from Mark Cuban the other day, just talking about how AI is, basically what everything that we've done in the last 30 years, we're going to double that production in the next 5 years, right? So I want you guys on AI, learning how to use it. Some people say that AI is going to replace people. I don't believe that. AI will not replace people. People with AI will replace people who do not use AI. So there's going to be all of these different changes with AI going along the way. And really what I just want to encourage you guys to do is to hop on the trend and learn how to use it. The whole point of this presentation and the whole point of artificial intelligence is to increase production. Okay, so to do things 10 times faster, 20 times faster, 100 times faster than we could do it in the past. And I think one of the best places to start off when we're talking about artificial intelligence, and this is a common misconception that I hear all the time, is really starting off by understanding that there's a difference between artificial intelligence and ChatGPT. So if we were going to create an analogy of artificial intelligence, one of the best analogies that we can use is in relating artificial intelligence is to the ocean. So when you guys think about the ocean, it's very, very vast, right? The whole ocean includes the water, it includes the boats in the water, it includes the animals in the water, it includes the plants in the water, it includes everything that's in the water, right? And that's essentially what AI is. There's a whole bunch of things that fall under the umbrella of AI that aren't necessarily one thing. Now, when we're talking about ChatGPT, ChatGPT is AI, right? Falls under AI, but AI isn't necessarily ChatGPT. So if we use that same analogy of the ocean, ChatGPT is essentially a surfer navigating the ocean, using the ocean and the rhythms of the ocean and the tools in the ocean to net a result, okay? So I think that's just a really, really important thing to understand is the differences between artificial intelligence and ChatGPT. People get them confused all the time because ChatGPT really is the main thing that people are using with AI. And what we're going to do here today is we're going to go through a lot of ChatGPT, but some other tools that use AI with them in order to create your marketing. So here's basically the blueprint. We're going to cover 3 things here today. The first thing we're going to cover are some ChatGPT prompts that you guys can use to create more marketing within your business. I'm going to teach you how to bulk create using ChatGPT and another platform called Canva. A lot of you guys will already be using Canva. And then we're going to talk about creating video at mass using a strategy called the content pyramid. Okay. So when we're talking about, just creating content in general, there's a few problems with that, and there's a few frustrations that come along with creating content, right? The very first thing is that we're creating content, but it's not necessarily engaging, right? It's hard to get people to engage. We're not necessarily hitting exactly what the people that we're marketing to, we're not necessarily hitting the things that they want. One of the other problems with marketing, especially on social media, is that we're inconsistent, right? We know that we should be posting, we know that we should be marketing, but we're inconsistent with it because it's hard to produce, right? It's time consuming. We don't have ideas on what to put out there, especially with social media where you're putting out something every single day. And, the main one with social media is that we have a limiting belief of, the fear of being rejected, right? And overall, this can all feel very, very overwhelming, putting ourselves out there to be judged, producing the content. What if people don't engage, and being inconsistent with it? So with this first strategy, I hope to solve some of that for you guys, okay? So for those of you, we're going to cover ChatGPT. We're going to go through a few prompts here. I can't go through all of them, but we'll go through some of ChatGPT prompts for real estate marketing that you guys can use here today at the end of this meeting to start marketing your guys' services and your businesses. We'll go through 3 here today, and I'll go through some of the resources. The very first prompt that I have here is all focused on client attraction, right? So we all have a job where we have to generate leads every single day, right? That's our job, to generate leads. So one of the prompts that I've found very, very useful is this very first prompt right here. And it says, I'll read it to you and then I'll show you an example. This prompt here says, and you guys can screen cap this, or I'll send it out afterwards anyways. It says, give me a search engine optimized, right? Platform, Facebook, you would insert the platform that you want here, Facebook post or video script with 5 reasons people love moving from wherever people are moving from into your market. So if you guys are paying attention, in all of your cities, we have what's called a feeder market, right? So here on the East Coast, we know that people are moving from Ontario. We know that people are moving from BC. We know that people are moving from other countries like India and China. Okay, those are just some examples. So if you just filled that in there and said, give me an SEO Facebook video or post with 5 reasons people love moving from Ontario to Halifax, Nova Scotia, it will create 5 ideas for you. So I went ahead and I did that, and I'll share my screen here. Just make sure you guys can see this as well. Can you guys see that? Yeah, see that? Okay, cool. Thanks, Kevin. So I went and put that in there. I went here. I said, give me an SEO Facebook post with 5 reasons why people love moving from Ontario to Halifax. And here's what it came up with. Five posts, right? The first post was, so this is what it came up with. The hashtags, the emojis, everything. Absolutely thrilled. I'm going to minimize you guys here. Absolutely thrilled to share why the vibrant city of Halifax has become a magnet for folks moving from Ontario. A couple hashtags there. The first one is affordable living. Those sky-high Ontario prices for Halifax. Swap those sky-high Ontario housing prices for Halifax's more budget-friendly market. Your dream home just became a reality. You know, there's something on the stunning nature of the area. There is something about a friendly community, which for those of us on the East Coast, we all know that we're known for being friendly. You know, a rich culture of history and the booming job market. So it's going to go in the internet, it's going to search for all of these things and find 5 reasons why people love moving from Ontario to Halifax. Now, for you guys can change that from, you know, India to your the place that you serve. You can change it from whatever your feeder market is or your feeder markets are, and you can do this multiple times, into the area that you guys serve. Okay, so that's one prompt that you guys can do at the end of the day today to talk more about some of the posts, some of the marketing, even just some of the reasons why people are moving into your area. And what's really, really cool about this is, let's just say that I really liked number 1. I could go down here into ChatGPT and say, I really like number 1, just give me a little bit more information. I'd like to post a little bit more. And it will create its own post on that. So we can continue to go with that. So that is post number 1. All right. Prompt number 1. Prompt number 2 is all about getting help with optimizing your social media content. Okay, so the prompt that I have here now is, give me a search engine optimized Facebook profile for, you would insert your name, Rob Dipiero, a realtor living in St. John, New Brunswick, insert your city, with the following accolades and designations. So I went into ChatGPT for you guys and I put that in there and I asked it to make me a Facebook profile, optimize my Facebook profile. And here's what it came up with. Put that right in there. Here's what it came up with. You know, Rob Dipiero, your trusted St. John realtor, exit realty specialist. I gave it designations. I just made some up there. 3-time gold designation winner, director of growth and sales for exit realty specialists. And it just says, welcome to the official Facebook page of Rob Dipiero, your go-to realtor for buying and selling homes in St. John, New Brunswick. With a commitment to excellence and passion for the local community, I'm here to guide you through every step of your journey. And then it just breaks down a really cool and engaging, you know, about Rob Dipiero here, right? It uses emojis, it uses bold letters, and it breaks it down in point form because that's how people like to see it. Why work with me? You know, let's connect, a call to action. And it created all of that for me in, I'm going to say, about 10 seconds. Okay, so now I can copy and paste this, put it into my Facebook profile. And what's really, really cool is that when people are searching on platforms, because it's search engine optimized, I'm more likely to come up as a result when they're searching for these things. Okay, so that is ChatGPT prompt number 2 that can help you with your business today. The next ChatGPT prompt that I want to go through here is all about generating ideas on how to grow your business. Okay, so this falls under marketing as well. The prompt that I had asked it was, give me 20 unique ways to market a home, right? For sale with a targeted group of, and you insert the people that you're trying to target, for something like a first-time home buyer or an investor. So I went ahead for you guys and I threw this into ChatGPT, and we're gonna go back there. And this is what it came up with. right? So I asked, give me 20 unique ways to market a home for sale with targeted buyer group of new to Canada first-time home buyers, right? We have a lot of people that are joining us from other countries. And give me 20 unique ways to market myself. And here's what it came up with. We're not going to go through all of them, and we will go through the top 3, but you can see it gave me 20 different ideas of how to market myself. So the first one it gave me was a cultural sensitivity workshop. Host workshops that focus on navigating the Canadian real estate market, tailored specifically for new Canadians, emphasizing cultural understanding and integration. Right. And I see Lee Sung on here. Like, this would be a really, really good one for you, Lee, because you work with a lot of these types of buyers and clients. The next one that it gave me here was a multilingual marketing materials, right? So create sales materials, listings, and website content in multiple languages, particularly those spoken by the largest groups of new immigrants in your area. So what you could do is you could make your marketing material, take the written content, throw it into ChatGPT and say, can you rewrite this in Mandarin for me? And it will rewrite it in Mandarin for me. Now, might not be perfect, but it's going to do a lot of that work for you. Then one of the other prompts, or one of the other solutions that it came out with was to do community welcome events. So in your community, organize events in neighborhoods where new immigrants are likely to purchase homes, right? So we all know that there's certain areas that people are flocking to. So host an event in that area. Introducing them to the local businesses, the schools, the services, and fostering that sense of community there. So you guys can see here, it gave a whole bunch of different ideas. I'm not going to go through all of them. But what's really, really cool about this is that if, let's just say I wanted it to elaborate a little bit more on one of them, I could just simply go down into the prompts and say, I really like the idea of number 1. Can you give me step-by-step instructions on how I should market the event, the presentation that I should do, how I should follow up with contacts, and a call to action that I should include with everything. And it's going to go and spit it all out for you. So you guys can see that just by using some of these prompts, we can now market to people faster than we ever could before. Okay, so those are 3 prompts that you guys can use today. I really, really like this right here. I can tell that I have the wrong presentation in front of me. I really love this quote by Seth Godin. Seth Godin is considered the GOAT of marketing. He's written, I think, over 30 best-selling marketing books. And he says, AI can help you understand what your audience wants, when they want it, and even why they want it at a level of scale and precision we've never had before. And it's all about how we leverage it. So what I did for you guys is I've created a couple of resources for you guys. I'll send them out to everybody who's attended here today. A couple of resources. The very first one is all about social media ChatGPT prompts that you guys can use. And it's 40 game-changing ChatGPT prompts that every real estate agent should use. It includes those 3 that we just went through, but there's 37 more along with that. And the second one is I've recently created 365 social media posts. I see Kevin shaking your head there. Yeah, I just did that. 365 social media posts for real estate agents to use that are focused on a whole bunch of different things. It includes your business, it includes your community, it includes your industry, it includes your life, and it includes your motivation. 365 ideas. And I'll just kind of show you guys what I got right here, a little preview of what you guys will be getting. The game-changing prompts are right here. So the very first one, you can see that that was the first one that we went through. There's 40 of them. You guys will get that. If you get it in a PDF, you guys will just be able to go and copy and paste right in there into ChatGPT. You can fiddle around with it and make it your own. And then the second resource that you guys will get is this one. Oh, is this going to let me go to it? 365 social media posts right here. Because we all know that we have problems posting all the time. Remember, one of the things is consistency. There's 365 social media posts here by check mark, right? So you guys can go through them all here. Everything from introducing yourself to mistakes that buyers make. And it will literally give you the picture that you should take, the caption that you should put on there, or the video that you should record. And you can just go, check, I did it. Cross it out, do whatever, make it your own if you want to. But there's 365 ideas. I'm not going to go through all of them. That's 81 pages. Okay, you guys see there's a whole bunch here. Buy, check mark. Okay. Cool. Is this going to bring me back? Yeah, it brought me back. Cool. So that kind of covers the ChatGPT. Next thing I want to talk to you guys about is using Canva to create things at scale. So have you guys ever heard of the content apocalypse? Like, is this your Facebook profile right here? Like you just go to it and there's like remnants of something that used to be there, right? Like inconsistent posts from, December 2022 still on there. The profile ghost town is what I call it, right? People not engaging in it. And ultimately, with the content apocalypse, what we want to do is we want to rebuild this civilization using some of the strategies that we have there. So one of the strategies that I found really, really helpful for me was learning this, how to bulk create content at scale using ChatGPT and a service called Canva. So I think everybody's familiar with Canva. Like pretty much everybody uses it, but if you don't use it, it's worth checking out. I think it's probably a top 5 tool in any business. Like I really can't think of many that would be above it, like email, text, MLS. Like there's really not that much that would be above it. What I'm going to go through here requires the paid version in order to do it. So I think it's $150 a year. Somebody told me it's $150. But basically, we're going to pair up ChatGPT and Canva by using this. So what I've done with this is I created a whole bunch of reels for a brokerage. I created a whole bunch of individual single pieces of advice that are branded to me. And I created a whole bunch of Instagram carousels in probably total time 3 hours. So they're branded to the brokerage, they're branded to me, they're branded to whatever I decided to brand them to. Okay. So for those of you who don't know what carousels are like when you're on Instagram and you flip through the pictures, they're more engaging for people. Created a whole bunch of those. So let's just start by I'll kind of give you guys an idea on how to do that. Moving things around here. So here are some of the reels that we created. You guys might see them here. So we did, realtor tips, right? And I think we created like 99 realtor tips. If you guys look down here, these are all the tips. So these are all 4-second videos. And each video is a different, let's see here. Is it gonna let me? It's always finicky on Zoom. All right, now we'll move that back over here. Each realtor tip as we go through is essentially a different thing. I knew it was going to do that. We'll give it a second. We'll see what happens. It's just because we're on Zoom. Like I do this all the time. I was at a franchisee meeting the other day where I was doing this, and anyone who's been a part of my sales meetings knows that we just wait on Zoom. But anyways, it's a whole bunch of different reels in there. So if I would have hit play, it would have played for 4 seconds. It was a separate tip. I think there was 99 realtor tips. Let's just say call it 99 home buyer tips. You guys can see them here. 99 seller tips. And I did the same thing for just general advice. Like for instead of videos, I did it for like a single image. And then I did the same thing for carousels as well. So what I want to show you guys here today is how you can mass produce a reel or a carousel or a single image using ChatGPT and Canva. So it all starts with this. We're gonna take the idea of producing an image, okay, an image so that you guys can post it. Let's just say every single Monday. Let's say you want 52 posts because it's 52 posts that you post on a Monday, and you want it to be a seller tip. Every Monday you post a seller tip, right? The very first step is going into Canva and creating the image that you want, right? So you're going to get it how you want it. It's going to have your branding on it. Preferably, it's going to have your picture on it because your picture is your brand, right? And don't forget the logos or any MLS requirements that you guys need. You're going to create the framework of the image that you want here, your colors, everything. You guys can see that I have that right here, okay? Got that? That's step number 1. Then after you have that where you want it, basically what we want to do is we want to take this same template and we want to recreate it 52 times. I chose 52 because there's 52 weeks in a year. You could do it 100 times, 30 times, whatever you guys want. So we're going to take this, but now we want to take this tip and we want to create 52 variations of it without having to go copy paste, 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 copy paste. You guys get the idea. So the next step of what we're going to do is we're going to go into ChatGPT and we're going to ask for it to write the content that we want it to write. Okay, so I went into ChatGPT ahead of time and I said, I am a real estate agent. Can you help me come up with 52 tips for homeowners on selling their home and getting top dollar for it? The tips should be based around cleaning the house, decluttering it, repainting if necessary, eliminating any smells, and removal of any personal belongings, and fixing any defects. Can you give me 2 sentences on each tip? I hit submit, and here's what it came up with. It came up with 52 tips. Okay. So you guys can see here, we'll go all the way down, 52 tips. Now, how do I get these 52 tips into separate templates over here? Well, it's very, very easy. What we're going to do is we're going to copy what we have here. We're going to copy what we have here. All right, click that. And we're going to go back to our template, right? And instead of copying pasting one at a time, essentially this is what we're going to do. We're going to go to this button right here. I have it right here. It's called bulk create. Can you guys see that in my bottom left corner? Bulk create. Okay. So if you guys don't have that in your bottom left corner, it's going to be right in here where it says apps. I think you have to put it there to start off with. It's going to go in here where it says apps, and it's going to be slow because we're on Zoom, and it's going to be right here, bulk create. But once you press that, it'll be down there forever, right? So we're going to go to this button that says bulk create. Okay. And the next step is we're just going to follow along with the purple, wherever it says purple. So it's going to say enter data manually, and it's going to bring us up to this little spreadsheet up here, right? And we could add more columns if we wanted to create carousels, but in this case, it's just going to be one single column where we're going to paste all of those 52 ideas so that it will create separate posts for all of them. We're just going to hit clear table here. We're going to go up here and we're going to name this tip. All right, tip. Then we're going to go right here and we're going to paste all of that stuff that we have there. And you guys can see here, it pasted in 52 separate columns, I think is what it's called. All of those tips. Okay, so that it's going to be able to import it into separate things. So once we've done that, we're going to follow along with the purple. We're going to hit continue. And the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to have to actually choose where on the image we want it to put all of these tips, right? Because we might have different fields everywhere. So we're going to select the field that we want it to go into. And we're actually going to right click on that field. When we right click on that field, it's going to say this button. Oh, do we have to go back here? When we right click on here, it's going to give us this option that says connect data. You guys see that? Connect data. And we're just going to align it with the thing that we want it to align with. So you can see it's already checked off there. We'll uncheck it. We're going to just choose that so that it's got that purple check mark next to the piece of information that we want it to connect. Okay. So after that, we'll hit continue. You can see here, it's going to connect all of these 52 ideas. And the last thing that we're going to do is we're just going to follow along with the purple and we're going to hit generate 52 designs. Okay. So we're just going to hit that and it's going to generate 52 different designs for us. Now, for me, because I use a Mac, it doesn't just open up a page. It actually, in my search bar, I have this little pop-up right here. So if I hit this pop-up, it's going to generate all of these designs for me. Once again, we're on Zoom, so we'll see how long it takes. But it should just take a few seconds here. So you guys can see here, now we have 52 seller tips that are all different in a matter of seconds. So the first one was deep cleaning. The second one was decluttering. The third one was repainting walls in a neutral tone. The fourth one was eliminating odors, neutralizing pet smells, cooking, smoking odors. The fifth one was removing any personal photos. And you guys can see here, it goes on and on and on and on and on. It can't even load as fast as I'm going. There's 52 different ones there. So now if I want to take the strategy of every Monday or whatever day of the week it is, you want to have your seller tips, you can post your seller tips there. So you guys can do the same thing that we did with these images here with reels. You're just going to make a reel template in Canva. You can do it with carousels. You're just going to make a carousel template in Canva and follow those steps. So I just wanted to show that to you guys so that you guys have a whole bunch of content. Like I really like having it because like I do for my own personal stuff, I do one every single Monday, like just kind of like a motivational quote or like some advice to do with real estate. For me, it's like filler content so that when I'm not, like I don't have a video recorded or I don't have like an idea to post about, it's just like I know I got 52 posts that are generated to helping people in real estate, right? So for you guys, you could have 52 posts that are focused on sellers. You could have 52 posts that are focused on buyers. You could have 52 posts that are focused on investors. You could have all of those posts there so that you could post maybe like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, right? Or whatever it is that you guys want. But use that strategy, create a whole bunch of content. Remember, the most important thing is having your face in it. Your face is your brand, and following all of your board rules as well. So cool. So that's how you bulk create in Canva. I love this quote by Franz Kafka. Productivity is being able to do things that you were never able to do before, right? So before we were not able to create content at scale like this, right? Content so quickly. You guys, like how long did it take for me to create that? 5 minutes? Like let's say it takes you another 10 minutes to create the template. You can create stuff in 15 minutes, 20 minutes that we were never able to create before so that we can post and create at scale. So the last thing that I want to talk about here is this problem right here. Shoot, edit, sigh, repeat. For those of us who are creating video, I hopped on the video train. Actually, the very first training that I ever did with Exit Realty you'll appreciate this, Kyle. It was my first day in real estate. And I went and met Annette Anthony, and this was in 2016. She was talking in 2016 about the importance of video. So it took me about 2 years to hop on. In 2018, I made a business goal of making 52 videos. And if you guys see any of them, they're just like horrible. But I just had like a goal of 52 videos. And I've been on the video train ever since. And what I've learned is that video is by far the best way to market to people. People watch video. It's the way that they like to receive information. It makes them feel connected to you. But there's some problems that go along with video. Like when I was doing those 52 videos, the problems are, one, it's really hard to record in front of a camera, right? Or it's really hard to feel natural when you're recording in front of a camera. If you're anything like me, it's sometimes we feel like we need to be scripted or we need to know exactly what to say. There's a learning curve that is involved with learning how to record yourself and learning how to edit the videos, especially now where we're adding captions to things and adding music to things, and there's B-roll and there's all these different things. And then the last problem is that it comes to a point where you're like, is it really worth my time to be editing things when I should be talking to more clients, helping people with sales, prospecting, reaching out to people? So if we could find a way to create this content at scale, because we know it's so important, we can just follow these strategies to do that. So I just want to start by talking about this idea. It's Gary Vee. For any of you guys who know Gary Vee, I love Gary Vee. If you check out any of his stuff, just know that he swears a lot. But it's this idea behind the content pyramid. So in your journal right now, just draw the content pyramid, just divide it into three separate sections. But the content pyramid is essentially, it's an analogy for creating and distributing content, okay? And the content pyramid is very similar to the sales funnel. It's basically shows you how much time you should be spending on each step of that. I'm just gonna mute you, maybe mute. Boom, there we go. How much time you should be spending on each part of the content. So at the top of the pyramid, we should be spending the least amount of time, and at the bottom of the pyramid, that's where really most of the time comes in. Okay. So you guys write on your journal there, write on your piece of paper. The content pyramid is essentially broken up into three separate things. The very first thing is macro content, which is your long form content. The second, the middle part is your micro content, which is short, chopped up pieces of that. Then the last part is distribution, which is actually hitting that post button, posting on social media, and getting everything organized. Okay, three separate sections. So when we're talking about the macro content, what we're really talking about here is long form video. Okay, so I want you guys to start thinking about how can, instead of doing, 15-second reels or 60-second reels that are taking you, let's be honest, an hour to create them, is getting this idea of recording the things that you do and creating this long form video. So I would describe long form video as anywhere between 10 minutes and 60-minute videos. Okay. And you can actually record this video. You want to record it in vertical form like this right here, because that's how people like to see reels and like to see video now on our phones. Everybody consumes on our phones. You're going to record it like this. So you're going to record things like any keynotes that you're doing, right? Any presentations that you're doing. Obviously not private presentations with sellers, but if you're doing presentations, if you're doing seminars like buyer seminars to tender, or seller seminars, or investor seminars, you're going to record yourself doing that because you're doing the work. Any podcasts that you're doing, or any interviews that you're doing. And one of the best ways that we found that it is, or one of the easiest ways to create content, is through this last one, which is interviews. Okay. So an interview would look essentially something like this. Matt Defoe. Okay. Me and you get in a room. We're sitting at a table across from each other. We put the phone in the middle of us and we just talk to each other and ask each other questions. Okay. So I might have a purchase and sale agreement in front of me, and I might just go through it clause by clause and say, hey, Matt, explain this to me, explain this clause to me, explain this to me. What does the journey of a buyer look like? What would you think of if it was written this way as a seller? We're just going to have a normal conversation back and forth with each other. It's going to be natural, right? One of the best ways that we found to do this is to use this app right here. You guys can write this app down. It's called the Road Capture app. And what I really like about this app is that you can take your phone, put it on a gimbal in between you, or like set it up in between you guys. And with this app, you can record in split screen so that it uses the front camera and the back camera at the same time and records both at the same time, and will kind of like layer on top of each other. So Matt, me and you can be sitting across from each other talking about purchase and sale and strategies around that, or strategies around buyers, and it will record both of us at the same time. Pretty cool. So we just have our conversation. It's going to take 10 minutes or an hour or however long it's going to be. We record that, and now we have this long form video. Okay, that's the top of the pyramid. The next step is that we want to cut that up into a bunch of short form video. And excuse these lines here, I don't know how they got there, and I don't know how to get rid of them, so I'm not going to. We want to chop that down into micro content, right? So what we used to have to do is we used to have to go in, we used to have to watermark them or bookmark them so that we knew where the good content was, and then we'd have to edit each little reel down into a 10 to 60 second clip, right? But now with AI, we have AI that will do this all for us. So I wanted to introduce this idea, this other tool, AI tool, into to you guys, which is this tool called Opus Clip. So Opus Clip, I mean, there's a free version of it as well. I haven't used it in a while, so I don't know what it gets you, but I think it gets you like 120 minutes of editing, where it'll chop that long content up into small reels for you. But I use the paid one. What I like about Opus Clip is it will chop that long form video down into other clips for you, but it will also add captions for you. You can brand it so that the captions are the branded captions that you want. It will transcribe the video for you so that you can use the transcription. It will also give an explanation of what the video is talking about. And one of the cool things that it does is it will actually rank the video on how likely it is to go viral, so that like how good of a hook does it start with? Is that topic trending right now? Does it explain things thoroughly? It'll break that all down for you and will rank them for you. So I'm just going to show you guys what I mean by that. So here's an example. So I went and I recorded with Murray Massey. He's not on here, in a room. We just interviewed each other. Okay, so this is a video of Murray Massey interviewing me. And this video was 12 minutes long. All right, we just sincerely, what we did was we did, I think, like 4 different long form videos in the same day. I just went and changed shirts every single time and created all this long form video. And just give you an idea, like this is the raw version of it. I put it.
What sets X apart from other brands? Well, I think really the main thing is that, we really try to focus on the person and the individual, and a lot of other.
All right, so that went on for 12 minutes. I'm not going to make you guys sit through that, right? But that's the raw video. So what I did was I took that YouTube link and I threw it into Opus Clip right here, and it chopped it down into all these videos for me, right? So you can see here that it created 1, 2, let's see how many videos this created for me, 12 minutes. It created 10 videos for me, okay? 10 videos for me. And what's really, really cool about it, so this very first one, the one that's ranked, it is a 47-second video. It's ranked 99 out of 100. It gave the hook an A-, the flow an A, engagement A-, and trending B. It talked about what the video, it gave like a little explanation of what the video was talking about, and it transcribed everything. And this is what it created. This 47
It's right away. So we're able to do that infinitely. We can invite as many people as we want, and obviously it has to be good for the company. And we're not a recruiting company.
All right, we're not going to watch that whole thing, but you guys can see there, it chopped it down 47 seconds. It added the captions. I can simply go and download this, or I can post directly to social from here. But it did all of that editing work for me. You guys get the idea? So now I can download that, go to Instagram, add the song that I want to it. What you can do if you want is you can even take this transcription here, throw it into ChatGPT, say turn it into social media posts for me using SEO, and it will write the written content for you as well. So that's just like a cool strategy that we found really, really worked, was using this piece of AI called Opus Clip. Guys, write it down, check it out. It's really, really cool. And then essentially from there, the last thing and the bottom of the pyramid that takes the most amount of time is actually posting, right? Like you guys see here that like that video took me 12 minutes to record. I uploaded a link. I left. I probably went and drove somewhere. By the time I was finished driving, it was all edited for me. It took 12 minutes to edit. It edited all that for me, chopped that all up. But the real work comes in actually posting, right? So you guys are going to want to post these videos to Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, LinkedIn, everywhere that you guys think that a video should be. More is better. If you're only using one piece of social media, cool, just use that, master it, it's good. But if you're looking for a piece of technology that'll help you post on multiple things, in the past I've used this app right here. It's called Buffer. And essentially what it does is it connects all of those platforms within the Buffer app or the Buffer desktop version, where you can upload that video in there, upload that post in there that we did before, upload and select everywhere that you want it to go, hit send, and it'll send to all of those places. So just a cool piece of technology. It's called the Buffer app there. Another quote here, Gary Vee, I was talking about him, right? He's so right on this. Like, I love this quote. Your number one job is to tell your story to the consumer wherever they are, and preferably at the moment that they're deciding to make a purchase. It's so true, right? That is literally our job. When I host our career nights, which I'm doing one tonight, when I talk about what real estate agents do, I always start by saying, we talk to people about real estate, right? If you're not talking to people about real estate, then you don't have a job. You do not have a job, right? So our job is to market what we do, talk about the things that you guys are all doing really, really cool things. You guys do cool things every single day. Your job is just to talk about it, record it, and market it. So what do we cover here today? I'm looking at time. I didn't go too far over. We covered those 3 things, those ChatGPT prompts for real estate agent marketing. We covered bulk create with ChatGPT and Canva, and then we covered the content pyramid strategy. So what I'll do for you guys here today is you guys are all going to get the recording of this. You guys are going to get those resources that I send out, and then you'll get like a written resource of everything that we covered here with everything in it. But I'm happy to give it some consultations. I usually get a bunch of questions, but I can't do everybody. So what I'll do is we'll say first 3 people that email me. So whatever comes in my emails, if you want a 30-minute consultation, either in person or on Zoom, I'd be happy to do that for you guys. And just thank you for being here. So congratulations for sitting through that. I know that I have a lot to say, but I have 10 minutes here. If you guys have any questions, is there anything that you guys want to ask or talk about? And if you don't, that's cool too. Melinda, how you doing?
I'm doing really well, thanks. Thank you for this. This was awesome.
Oh.
AI is scary.
Yeah, I think it was overwhelming, but yes, a lot of information. A
Yeah,
lot of information.
Fire hose.
I had no idea that that any of that existed. This was great. Thank you.
It's just the beginning, right? Like it's
Yeah.
it's crazy, but like I go back to the way that I started is the most important thing is don't be afraid of it. It's gonna happen, just like the tractor happened.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
gonna happen. There's no stopping it. It's just we need to learn how to use it. There's going to be advancements in it. Like technology is going to advance quicker now than it ever has.
Yeah, for sure.
There's robots doing things while we're sleeping now. Like it's all happening in a computer, right? So there's advancements. So I just really want to encourage you guys to go on and start experimenting with it and to leverage it, especially in marketing, because it's so cool in marketing now, right? Like,
Rob, I have a question.
Yeah.
How long are you doing this?
how long, like, did it take for me to do all that?
No, I mean not like presentation, but as I understand, you're already working with these technologies, and what kind of feedback you can give about like, is it will it be a big chunk of your business if you're doing such like marketing, and how is it like positively influencing on your business?
Yeah, it's a good question. So you just started your own business, and like I love Gary Vee, but like I used to listen to him all the time. And essentially what we have to do is we have to understand this idea that there's currencies in life, and one of the currencies that we have is attention, right? There's only so much attention that we can get from people. There's only so much attention to give. So the people who get the attention are the people who do the business in real estate. So our number one job is to get people's attention, right? Am I correct in that? Right? People get more attention are going to get more opportunities. It's just fact, right? If you get no attention, then you're going to get no business or less business or whatever, right? So, this just helps create at scale. I started using it whenever ChatGPT was launched. I started kind of using it just for like, I would just like mess around with it for like listing descriptions. That's how I started, right? I'd get like a seller to give me a list of all of the things that they like about the house. And then I would add point forms of all the things that I like about it. And I'd be like, turn this into a listing description for me, right? And it would go, bloop. And so that's how I started using it. And now, like, one of the things I should have said here is like, just be careful with that, because so many people are doing that now, that there's certain words that as soon as we see those words, we know it's ChatGPT. Like if it says unlock or discover or elevate or any of those words, like I've used it so much now, I'm like, ChatGPT, that was a robot that wrote that. So you have to be really careful of like, that's another thing I should have said is like, this is really just to provide the framework. It's to cut down a lot of that. But our job is to put our personal touch onto it at the end or the beginning or wherever it belongs, so that it's still authentically us, right? And you should read the stuff that it writes. Like, and if it's not true or not you, you should not be putting it out there. But what results have I seen? Well, I get a lot of attention.
May I add something here? May I add something here? So,
Yeah.
So I think back to his question, I think it's just the part of our job. It's probably 5% or 3%,
Yeah.
but it's part of that job.
Absolutely.
So we have to do other things as well, but it actually helps us to grow our business.
Yeah.
That's what I would say. It can not to replace anything else, but it actually helps us to grow. And
And
back to
oh, go ahead. Sorry.
And back to that, what you were saying, what ChatGPT write, we can figure it out. Yes, especially when writing an email, it always says, I hope my email finds you well. So that's another thing.
Every time, yeah. I see that too, yeah. I actually had people apply for a bunch of jobs here. And I got the emails back and it says, I hope this email finds you well. And as soon as, and I don't know if it makes me like them more or like them less. Like I haven't decided yet, but I'm like, I hope this email finds you well. I'm like, yeah, okay, it's ChatGPT.
I remember you talking one time about, and I think it's in the settings section of ChatGPT. And the more information that you add in there, the more it's like you.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. So there's
like ask it to speak in simple words, right? If you say simple, like I'm a simple guy, so maybe that's why. But I don't use words like elevate very often. I'm really focus on what I'm saying.
Got it.
Right? I'm like, use simple words. And then it talks more like I would talk. I used to say, talk like you're in grade 5, but then it would be like, cool, dude. Like it was saying words like that. So I experimented with it. But yeah, simple words, go into your settings. Give it like one of the best things you can do, like what my coach taught me. He taught me what he did was he took some of his old emails and some of his old posts and put it into the settings and was like, this is how I normally talk. This is how I normally write. So go find those emails or, good posts that you've done in the past, copy and paste them so that it talks like you, like if you do like a ... all the time, or you use exclamation marks all the time, but it's just there for the framework more than anything. Yeah.
Thank you.
I don't know if I have questions here, but I have 4 minutes. So what do we have here? Awesome stuff. Great info. Impressive. Amazing. Impressive. Thank you. Great information. What's my email? My email is rob at exitsj.ca. If you guys are on this call, then you got an email from me from Eventbrite. I think it comes from me from Eventbrite. Maybe might be wrong on that. But anyways, respond to that email wherever that invite is. And yeah, that's it.
Rob, great job. Thank you very much for this fantastic presentation, and the tips were
Yes.
incredible.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah.
Always happy to help.
Awesome job, Rob. Awesome. Thank you.
Can't
Yeah.
wait to see what you guys do with it. You guys have a great day. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Rob.
Have a nice long weekend. Bye-bye.
You too. See ya.
Bye.